David Lynch obviously died today, and I wanted to talk about two of his shorts. Absurda, I thought was actually fairly interesting, to be honest with you. This screened at the Cannes Film Festival in 2007, but it's just one. Absurda is one single shot. It is basically, you see a big pair of scissors, you see sort of a movie screen, and you hear voices. You never see them. I assume it is four people, and at first they're kind of laughing. They're told to come there for some reason, and then you see a woman dancing. One woman in the audience knows that it's her, and then she sees that her boyfriend or whomever is in it with like blood on her face, on his face, and then he kind of like attacks her and stuff. But that's all off screen. What I thought was interesting about that is this is sort of like a statement on art. I think I am sort of looking for meaning in this, but I think there's like an overarching meaning in this that is, I thought this tells an interesting tale about our version of art, because at first I think you look at something absurd and you laugh at it, you disregard it. You know what I mean? You look at this, you look at something and you think it is absurd and silly and stupid. You're like, that's so dumb. These artists get away with these things. They put a banana on a wall. They're so dumb and stuff. Those things people say. But then they start to recognize yourself in it. You start to realize, you start to attach a theory to it. It starts to mean something to you. But I think often it's something that art also does is it or can do, not always, is show you something uncomfortable about yourself. And once Absurda pushes that to the audience and shows you something uncomfortable and awful, you almost have to deal with that. You have to deal with the issue that's brought up. And I think what Absurda shows you is sometimes the what a piece of art brings you to might not be the thing you love in itself, but in the end, it's kind of glorious that a piece of music, a piece of art, a painting, or whatever can bring you there. And I think Absurda talks about like both. I think that is ridiculously absurd that happens to you mentally, but also this whole idea is absurd, and the thing that they're showing you is absurd, but it's all right there. I honestly thought this was actually kind of a cool Twilight Zone thing. Like, what if you're watching something of yourself and you see your friend doing something awful to you, and they're right there? And like, what is that? I thought it was like actually a really cool thing. You can make a really interesting horror movie with that. You do a lot of interesting things with that. And I thought how he did it in this kind of like just single shot was like really powerful, and talked about like the underground evilness that can be brought up from you, but also the good, the beauty, the art, what you can achieve, how they can inspire you. It said so much about art that it's like, I feel like it said almost everything about your reaction to art, and in the end, how you're happy that it was there, and you're just looking and inspired by yourself, being able to create something through a dance, as you can in David Lynch's Absurda.